We are here today in Lahore, Pakistan with my friend Saqib, who has 1.2 million members in Enablers. A little bit earlier, and I want my American friends, so you guys out there that are service businesses, real estate agents, dentists, chiropractors, garage door repair, attorneys, all you guys in the US that are struggling with your marketing, struggling with operations, struggling with being able to scale your business. There are almost 200 million young adults here in Pakistan. 70% of Pakistan is under the age of 30. And you have folks like Saqib that are riding this wave with incubators, with training, and taking people that are starting from very little to making $500 a month, which I know in the United States is nothing. And I want to bring these communities together. I want all you guys out there that are struggling with your marketing and you're tired of the agencies, you're tired of hiring random people on Fiverr, to understand what is the growth here, and maybe Saqib can explain some of those components so that all of us in America can understand where we can bring people together, so that as he's training up more people, you guys are going to be able to hire people out of his academy. And we can make more and more connections and go beyond e-commerce, go into social media, go into the Facebook ads, WordPress, all kinds of things that maybe we wouldn't typically think that a virtual assistant does. The account management, actually running your business. We were with our friend Yawar from RepStack, and in the last 15 months, he's gone from nothing to having 175 Pakistanis that are doing sales, doing account management, running calls, leadership kinds of things, not like low-end stuff that you delegate, to the Philippines or Pakistan or India or other kinds of places. So this is an incredible opportunity, and I'm going to stop talking so I can learn from this man and learn more about his journey.
It's great to have you here today in Lahore, Pakistan. I think in Pakistan has now a revolution of learning skills and revolution of making themselves as an entrepreneurs. From the last 4 years, we have seen where the people started to think, rather than applying for a job, how can they be the job provider? So this culture actually, which started almost a few years ago, has picked up the trend. But we have seen, as you just said, we are 1.2 million people. We've seen the people where almost 10,000, 15,000 people joining per day in our group. And almost 2,000 to 3,000 questions actually being asked per day into this group, because they've been getting free help and support, where every question is actually getting answered in 60 seconds. As
Wow.
There's a Frost behind it who's working on this. We're spending almost 1 million Pakistani rupees a month to just answer these questions.
$2,000.
Yeah, exactly. Just to answer.
Oh, sorry, is it 5,000? Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, whatever obviously the rate is now.
200 to 1.
So actually the reason why the world has started to see us, because the mass force has been created here. And now the purpose is to make Pakistan as a skill force hub, where the Pakistan can be the source from the people who can be able to hire any kind of skills.
Any skill.
Unfortunately, in the last few decades, we have seen people were doing degrees and lots of educations, but actually that was all theoretical based knowledge. They were all, after 4 years of degree, they were still seeking for the job, and they still didn't have the skills where they desired to be. So the culture which has now been created, even you are studying, even you are doing jobs, you can still be able to learn things and can offer your services to the world. So this entire ecosystem has now almost all types of people who can have, like, any startups, agencies, investors, any skill provider you would name it will have this ecosystem where you can be able to now hire from Pakistan. So we are very much excited, where people now getting hired on almost every day. And it's something we always dreamed of, and we are now seeing this dream is now just few years away, when actually Pakistan will become the hub of freelancing, which we are already in the 4th number. Based on our predictions, we are seeing by the end of 2026, we are crossing this to number 1, inshallah.
Amazing. So let me ask you the number one question I know that our community wants to ask. How do we get started hiring someone from Pakistan to help with marketing and operations?
Well, there are a lot of co-working spaces, environments which we have created in Pakistan, almost 37 campuses we have in Pakistan, and in those 37 campuses you will see a lot of people are working under the supervisions of experts, which we call as mentors. And those mentors are helping them to achieve their targets, helping them to fix any problems which they're facing. So these agencies are now based in our group as well. which can be hired from any individual. All you need is just to post in our group professionally that these are my requirements and these are things which I'm looking for, and then you will get hundreds of people who will be willing to work with you. And then it's up to an investor or up to the person who's hiring to judge them based on their portfolio, based on their skills. And the best part is, even if they're not able to do this, even if they're not able to fulfill the requirements, they can still be able to get support from the experts who are actually into this culture and environment. So we'll take you through as well after this, where you see the people, how these guys are sitting, and how these guys are working in more collaboration mode. So if one person get hired, he actually hire the another one who's struggling. So if anyone wants to hire, they come at eCommerce by Enablers group and just post what they're looking for, and then in a few seconds they should be able to get individual answers that I can do and all that. But then how to verify this is a lot of processes which we have to find in our group, which our team will be able to guide how to verify these individuals.
Why would somebody want to come to the eCommerce by Enablers instead of a Fiverr or an Upwork?
Well, they can be able to go to Fiverr, because at the end these guys has their profiles at Fiverr's anyway. But the thing is, the amount of quick response you get from here, the amount of support you get from here, and the collaboration culture. The Fiverr guy might be sitting alone on its own, but the thing is, what we are seeing is the collaboration. The people, if someone is getting stuck, the other can help him on the spot. But at the end, these guys will take you to the Fiverr anyway, just to have you a more of a secure way of getting the income. So just in case if he or she wasn't able to deliver, you can get your money back. So it's all about sort of helping each other and helping environment where you bring all the crowd into one place where a lot of people get the opportunity to work with.
So let's say I'm a mortgage broker. I do loans and help people get a loan to buy a house, and I know I need help in digital marketing with social media. I know I don't rank on Google. I know a lot of these things aren't being done right, but I don't know how to write these kinds of requirements. Do you have maybe templates, or maybe there's guidance where if I'm a mortgage broker, you can help me find the right freelancer or right agency?
Exactly. In our eCommerce by Enablers group, if you would go to file section, in file section we would have, you name it, we would have the template there. All you need to go is just to, even there is a template between investor and the service provider, what sort of terms and conditions they should be doing with each other. So you name it, you would have it. Even if you say I need XYZ, which you will not be able to find, then in 60 seconds the people will be able to provide you the link where you can be able to utilize that. So that's sort of that I started from. We're spending quite a lot of money to just to sustain the credibility and sustain the amount of speed you get from this group in order to gain the help.
Where do you see the most success, the most growth that's occurring? I know you said it's everywhere, but certain industries, certain functions.
It's sort of in Pakistan, it's all about more of now freelancing, service providing are actually doing in terms of e-commerce skills, which we usually mainly focus on. But there are so many other things. The people are doing social media, digital marketing, YouTubes, and you name it, there is skills are now being promoted in Pakistan. But mainly we are seeing the hype. That is mainly more about e-commerce, but there are other skills which people are now working towards. We have a research and development department, whose focus is mainly to bring new initiatives, mainly to bring new techniques which can be shared in the group, and the world is taking advantage from that.
So I was in Israel with the Fiverr executives, and we were talking about growth just after their IPO, and they told me that the number one challenge that they had of the Fiverr buyers was figuring out which seller to hire, because there's hundreds for any particular category. And certainly with 1.2 million in e-commerce by Enablers, I would imagine there'd be a similar issue where whatever you want to do, there's hundreds and hundreds of people. What kinds of ways or help do they have to figure out who's the right one to hire? Maybe there's a certification, maybe there's some kind of onboarding process.
So Enablers has a bootcamp system. So Enablers bootcamp means the people who are linked with Enablers for the lifetime until they want to take a help from. So they get certain tags such as group experts tags from Enablers experts or Enablers representatives or management. So we evaluate individuals and we give them a tag into the group. So even if you say you need specific information or specific things, you will get hundreds of hundreds of answers. But then only 2 or 3 would have the tag which you can be able to identify the person has been validated out of the huge crowd which is 1.2 million. So that way the people actually get Enablers bootcamp things Enablers V-tag is also for the freelancers who can be able to provide services. There are enabler certification as well, which we offer, which is enablers.org/certification. And these certification is our success rate for those certifications are almost just 5%. If thousands people are taking the test, only 5 people are getting accepted because it's too difficult to take it. So because too much value has been created. So the people are dying to get it because it takes a while and the people get credibility. Enablers has its own marketplace, by the way, as well, which is enablers.org/marketplace. And in that marketplace, only certified people with the tag people can be able to advertise their gigs. So if you come there, you would know, if you trust enablers, which means these people have the tag, these people have the certification, these people have the collaboration, these people have all the support available, then they will be able to create those gigs. And that's why that's the way to validate these people very quickly.
So it's like a private Fiverr.
It is a private Fiverr, but for the public to hire from. But only those people can hire, can actually add their gigs who are being identified by the team.
Right, because of your certification.
Yes.
Now, most of the communication and community occurs inside the main Facebook group, as opposed to your own learning management platform or your own group that's on the site.
Right? Well, we do have, no, not really. Actually, we have a video portal where we created 200 plus income streams, so 200 ways of making incomes, which we called as an EVS. We've given this to almost closer to 500,000 people, free of cost in Pakistan, those who cannot afford it. And out of all those and all those people who are actually taken this, has created $131 million as a revenue against that, based on the survey we have run it. So the thing is Facebook is the way to ask questions. But if you want to learn new things, there is a video portal and all those systems. If people wants to come face to face, if they feel that my friend would know I'm taking a help or on all that, they can be able to visit our offices, which are 37 campuses in Pakistan. In all those 37 campuses, we run daily meetups, which is 2 to 3 p.m. Anyone can come in and can ask questions. Recently, we have seen people from Nigeria coming here and been taking a help. Which was quite interesting factor for us. The people wants to work physically coming, and I was shocked, and I couldn't take his picture to just upload because of his permission, which wasn't there. But that was shock to us that how come the person coming from there and then want to take that help face to face. And right now, in 1 month, we have almost in 1 month we have almost 30 to 40,000 people coming in our campuses just to seek a help from. And we're providing all this free of cost. But obviously there are paid trainings as well. Those who can afford, those who want to take more layer and exposure, things are available as well.
How do you balance the in-person incubator experience versus virtual learning? Like, how do you allocate efforts? Because it seems like you could move everything virtually.
We are moving to virtually as well. What we want is a collaboration. A person sitting in Lahore can be able to collaborate someone sitting in Los Angeles or sitting in Nigeria. And we're building this system. It's currently in the testing phase. We want to make this ecosystem where the people where we do not exist anywhere around the world, they can be able to collaborate the people sitting somewhere in Karachi or something. And this system is about to be live in the next few months, hopefully. Right now it's in the testing stage.
Wow. Saqib, this is amazing how you're scaling. You know, Rehan was saying how there's room for 100 more Sunny Alis and Saqibs and other folks that are blossoming this ecosystem. What do you see as the greatest challenge right now for you?
Well, I think the biggest challenge right now is to maintaining the quality. You can only scale, you can only value to the people's life when you actually give them value. What we have seen is where the people goes on the top, but actually is going on the top is not the big challenge. Remaining on the top is the big challenge, and that is about making a value to the people's life and then maintaining the quality. And that's what I believe in. That if we can sustain the quality and meets the people expectations, we can rock it.
So franchising, basically, as you expand beyond the 37 centers, more operations,
it's more of
certifications.
It's a kind of the people who wants to be the part of as an investor with enablers. We do offer that as well.
Yeah. So I know that you have known Rehan for a long time. What do you, for those people that don't know Rehan, what would you say about him, and what does it mean to you?
To be very due respect and all this, I took him as a joke. That when I saw his videos while he's just sitting in front of us, so I didn't take him serious because I thought it's just a wastage of time and all this what he's doing. But after 2021 onwards, almost a year ago, I started to see his few things and realize the connection power he has, no one can be able to connect people so quickly than he does. If you ask XYZ, he can connect you with the relevant person so quickly. It's like you can't even search that on Google, he can connect you. And I've seen things, what he has been doing. I did his interview recently. Then I realized the power of what he does. And I would apologize to him that why I didn't take him seriously before. But he is the man, is an asset for Pakistan. We all should be encouraging what he's doing. He has no intentions to even make any money out of all this what he's doing. So I must recommend everyone to follow him and understand what he's doing. Otherwise it'll be too late for you.
Yeah, it's so incredible what Rehan's doing, because you think this guy must be crazy. There must be a scam or some kind of catch. But we've been with Rehan the last week, and we've met other amazing entrepreneurs here. And I now consider Rehan a bubble popper, because I live in my bubble in America.
Yeah.
Because I'm well known in digital marketing in America, and you have your bubble. Like each of us has our bubble, and it's amazing how he's connecting each of us. So we're not just living in our silo.
Exactly.
That multiplying connector, he's like the honeybee that brings spreads the pollen between all of us. So I'd love for all of you guys out there to see what e-commerce by Enabler is all about, and you'll find this whole universe of 1.2 million people that you never even knew existed. And I bet you a lot of the challenges that you're facing, a lot of the repetitive things that you don't want to do, but you as an entrepreneur and a business owner have been doing because you didn't think you could find help. Imagine how things could be very different in just 60 seconds by making that request in the group and asking for help and just seeing what might happen. I think you might be surprised where you're going to be able to do something really good for your business, so you can focus on the things that matter for you, like your relationships, your strategy, not technical digital operations management, like all the kinds of stuff that can be outsourced. And you're doing something on the other side of the planet for people that are very eager, very hungry. I think Pakistan is the largest group of hungry entrepreneurs that I've ever seen. I'm super, super impressed. Thank you so much, Saqib. Anything else that you want to share with our audience?
Well, I just wanted to say to the world, actually, that this is the right place for Pakistanis to work with the world, because it cannot be ignored anymore, because we are, alhamdulillah, Pakistan's, not just Pakistan, largest group. It is now the world largest group, where actually you wouldn't have seen anywhere this much community and support has been given. All new strategies has been shared here, and this is the right time to work as a win-win and hire the resource from here.
If you want to grow your business, see what Saqib has to share in this particular episode. 1.2 million people in the world's largest group for e-commerce. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.